The fact that Russia began using the latest modifications of Geranium Kamikaze drones in the Special Military Operations Zone became known in early January 2024. Let me remind you that on January 2, photos of the wreckage of the Russian kamikaze drone Geranium 3 appeared on the network, which was significantly different from its predecessors. In particular, this drone had a more streamlined body and an air intake of an engine with a jet turbine. Even then, it became clear that Russia had started using completely new kamikaze drones with a jet engine. At the same time, it is worth noting that it is still unknown exactly how the wreckage of the latest drone ended up at the disposal of the Ukrainian military. It is still unknown whether this drone was shot down or it still reached its target and destroyed it. After this incident, an American military expert from the military web resource, The War Zone, Joseph Trevithick, wrote a whole article on the new Russian jet-powered kamikaze drone. According to him, the Geranium 3, or Shahed 238, is an Iranian jet drone that was created with the help of Russian technologies. At the same time, it is worth noting that the Russian military department has never kept secret the information that the Russian army will soon begin using completely new modifications of Geranium kamikaze drones in the zone of a special military operation. Let me remind you that back in November last year, a well-known Russian military expert, former head of the Federal Directorate of Aerospace Search and Rescue, retired Major General Vladimir Popov, announced that the Russian army would soon receive the latest Geranium 3 kamikaze drones. He also said that the latest drone has a speed of 800 km per hour and can cover a distance of more than 2,000 kilometers. Moreover, the new configuration of the drone, combined with a powerful jet engine, allows it to carry heavy warheads of special power. Thus, it becomes clear that the latest Russian jet-powered kamikaze drone practically does not differ from cruise missiles in its efficiency and destructive power, but at the same time, it is much cheaper and easy to manufacture. Studying the implications of the latest Russian drones, American military expert Joseph Trevithick did not hide his amazement. According to him, the latest Russian kamikaze drones have become a real headache for air defense operators. Thanks to the new jet engine and a special black coating, the radar cross-section of the drone has been significantly reduced. Now, these drones are very difficult to detect on radars. And because of this, the Ukrainian High Military Command is forced to create mobile groups, consisting of 5-10 people. These people are located in different parts of the country and with the help of tablets record the appearance of drones in the sky, and also closely monitor Telegram channels, where ordinary witnesses publish messages about flying Russian kamikaze drones. All this helps the Ukrainian military at least somehow track the flight path of Russian kamikaze drones. However, judging by the burning military facilities and factories on the territory of Ukraine, it becomes clear that this method of counteraction is not so effective. Even American experts from the Institute for the Study of War, who have repeatedly been accused of a prejudiced attitude toward the current conflict, were forced to admit that since January 2024, the percentage of Russian drones that could not bring down by Ukrainian air defense has increased dramatically. Meanwhile, on the night of January 10, Russia launched another missile attack on enemy military infrastructure and facilities. This time, only the KHARKIV region and the city of Kharkiv itself were targeted. Numerous explosions have been reported in and around the city. According to the mayor of Kharkiv, Igor Terekov, Russia carried out missile strikes on Kharkiv throughout the night. At the same time, he stressed that most of the strikes were carried out using modified surface-to-surface missiles for S-300 systems. In addition, the latest jet-powered Geranium 3 Kamikaze drones also took part in this missile attack. According to preliminary data, about 100 drones were involved in this missile attack. And judging by the results of today's attack, they quite successfully coped with their task. It is reported that the KHARKIV aircraft factory, which produced cruise missiles and projectiles, was critically damaged. Moreover, in the area of the Kharkiv Severny airfield, 3 NATO warehouses were also destroyed, in which shells for Western self-propelled guns were stored, as well as 2 Czech RM-70 Vampire multiple-launch rocket systems, which were used during the attack on Belgorod. Military experts note that the new Russian kamikaze drones not only became stealthy, but also received infrared electron-optical seekers, along with an active radar homing system, which allowed the Russian army to destroy even moving targets in any weather. At the same time, it is worth noting that Russian engineers are constantly working to improve the characteristics of this drone, based on the realities of the current conflict. And already this year, the birth of a new modification of this deadly drone is expected.